Well, today in this video I'm going to talk about homestead security. And one of the key things, obviously, in choosing a homestead, and I've talked about this before, is location. So if you're concerned about other people and things getting really bad in your home security, you can see where we've placed our homestead. We've got a backdrop of nothing but pure wilderness, kind of tucked away on the side of the mountain. And then as you pan out here, we've got the whole valley with nothing but trees. So picking a homestead, obviously, number one, for security purposes. Location but of course, is going to be key. What does a person do if they've already have their homestead and they can't afford to move and find a new place? There are a couple real cheap things a person can do to increase the security around their own homestead. And obviously this is property dependent, but as I'm walking down our very long driveway, the first thing we're going to see here is our gate. This is our first gate that my husband put up. And they're really not expensive. I believe my husband purchased this one, don't quote me, but I think he got it at Big R's. And for the most part, we leave it open. But it is a deterrent for people who want to come up our driveway, because you see the gate and you don't know, you don't know if someone's home or not home when it's open. So we just leave it open. And then the other thing with the positioning of the gate, we positioned it so that no vehicle could really get around it. We've got a little bit of a drop off here. And then on this side, we've got a high bank, and then my husband put a rock here. So a real cheap way to increase the security on your homestead is to get yourself a gate. Some other free advice as I walk down to the road is know your neighbors. I'm actually walking on my neighbor's property right now, and they are awesome people. And we keep an eye on their property, and it's kind of like if we're gone, I'm sure they would keep an eye on our property. So no matter where you're at in a metro area or rural area, or you live off the grid like we are, I think most people know the value of getting to know your neighbors and developing a good relationship with them, because they can become your ears and your eyes, as well as you becoming their ears and their eyes when they're not around. So it always keeps the hoodlums and the unsavory people guessing as to if you're home or not home, because you always got people watching. And as I get to the end of our driveway, look at what we've got here. Another gate. Again, these gates are not expensive, and they're easy to rig up. And this one actually is very close to our paved road. So the first thing people are going to meet when they come up our driveway is that gate and our no trespassing signs. So always post your property. It's a good cheap investment, and even though you have neighbors that probably already know, this is private property, it does help deter people if you post your land. It really is necessary. As I come out to my road, this is going to be my best advice for homestead security. Here's our mailbox. The other day, we found our mailbox just pulled out and laid down. We don't know why. Someone would come along and pull it out and lay it down, but that's how we found our mailbox. And actually, in the summer when we first moved here, there used to be a big old school bus sign right here, and some drunk kids, and we know they were drunk because there's beer cans all over the road. They came up the road, backed up into our driveway, backed up into the sign, knocked it over, threw their beer cans out, and then sped away. So that kind of got us concerned, even though we're on a dead-end road that kind of goes into nowhere. We decided, as our own cheap home security, since we can't afford surveillance cameras at this time, and those are a great idea if you can afford them, but another cheap backup is game camera. Because my husband and I are hunters, we use them out when we're you know, we're scouting and want to see where the animals are moving, but we also use them around our homestead. So I'm going to kind of pan around here. We have a game camera up on one of these trees, and they blend in really well. They're very, very hard to see, and they take a picture of the hoodlums or their culprit, you know, according to movement. So if the mail lady comes, or some people come to pull that mailbox out of its socket again, we're going to get them on camera. And we've got it positioned so that we get a picture of their license, and we've got it positioned so that we get a picture of them. And then we can just take it right on down to the police station. So really, really cheap home security, a game camera. I think everybody should have a game camera. I don't care if you live in an apartment building, you live in the city, you live in a rural area, you have your own homestead game camera.
I guess Stacy's on the subject of home security and so forth. We do use the trail cameras. I mean, obviously we use these for hunting, but we also do use them for home surveillance, etc. The particular model brand that I've had the best luck with, and I like them very much, are the coverts. First off, they're cheap. You can get them on sale anywhere from $90 to $115 or whatever. You can't beat the cost. They've worked great for me. The batteries last forever. They take 8 AA's. I've had these in here for over a year. Thousands of pictures. You can't beat it. Very simple settings. You can set this thing up however you want. Just look at the instructions. But anyhow, it lasts a long time. The only bad thing, if I've got one bad thing to say about the camera, is the view screen. When you go to review your pictures, it's very small. It's hard to see specifically what the picture is. Like, say if it's a person, you're going to be hard to identify them. But you plug it into your computer or bring another camera along and view the chip that way. That's how we do it. You know, like I say, for the cost, I mean, $100, you can't beat it. It's also infrared. You can't see. This is such a low dim, the technology they use now. You have a hard time. I mean, I know where the camera is, and I can't ever hardly see the red. And that's what illuminates. The nighttime pictures are black and white. That's part of the deal with it conserving the battery life, I'm assuming. But I've had very good luck. The cameras are small. It comes with the strap. You can rig them up. I would highly recommend you not use the strap, especially for home surveillance, because these are a dead giveaway. You're going to see the strap. I mean, you can't hide them. It's got a little insert in the bottom. I just get a couple bolts, a threaded rod. I screw this into the tree, screw it into the camera. I can change the angle of it. I can put it on the side of the tree, the front of the tree. You can hide these so well, you'll never find them.
So you don't use the strap, you use
I don't use the strap. I had this strap on here because I had it out in the woods for deer. I do occasionally use it for like out in the woods type thing, but as far as by your home, don't use the strap. The people will see it. You can also take, and one of the best things I do for home surveillance is you put this up at least, you know, if the higher the better. If you can get up to 10, 12 foot, people aren't going to see it. They're trained to look at eye level. So either put it real low or go real high, and they'll have a hard time finding the camera. Highly recommend these covert MP8s. Go to Wing Supply and check it out. You will not be disappointed with the performance.
So be it you're living off-grid, or you just have a simple homestead, or say you're even in the city or a rural area, I think a game camera is the way to go. Knowing your neighbors also is very important, and if you can put up gates, that actually does help too. The other thing, and I think most people know about this, a good dog or dogs are great for home security. We have 2 terriers. You've seen them probably before in my video. They're very tenacious, and they're good at alerting us when people do come up the driveway. And the other thing is, you know, always pack. We're big advocates of carrying guns. So, and I think most people know about home protection and your right to carry, you know, your gun and be a safe gun owner. So that's my quick little video on home security, done cheaply, hopefully. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and Christmas is coming, so Merry Christmas and God bless.